Outdoors is sponsored by Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
Hey, good to see everybody right here on the 5 News Plus app. It's time for more 5 Outdoors. It is peak migration season all across Arkansas and Oklahoma. And we talk about migration, we're talking about all the birds. And as you well know, I love a good bird. And I love some migration, whether it's spring or fall migration. And joining in on that excitement is Amber Brewster. She runs the Wild Birds Unlimited. She's got a location in Fayetteville, right off of Joyce and College, another location in Rogers, and she is a birding expert. Not only are you a birding expert, but you might be the only person that I know that gets more jazzed about birds than me, and you get like double jazzed. You get even more excited about birds than I do. So, hey, it's a nice little occasion today. Tell us all about today.
Yeah, did you know today's the global big day of birding? What does that mean? I think it's crazy. I think they're trying to count 8,000 species of birds worldwide. So we are going to bird with everybody all over the world today. And you can actually contribute to that as part of a citizen science that you can contribute. So how you do that is you get a Merlin app. It's free. It's from Cornell University, and you go outside with it, and it'll light up and tell you all the birds around you. And as it lights up, you say, "That's my bird," and then that contributes and lets Cornell and the people that are collecting the data know that this bird was seen at your specific location. Now, you don't have to do it for long. Let's just do a global 1 big minute. Just give yourself 1 minute and go and see how many birds you can find. I bet you, because it's spring migration, you'll have about 30 birds around you in a minute to 5 minutes. It's so exciting right now.
I think you're exactly right. I spent some time outdoors yesterday on the back porch, and the Merlin app was just popping. Beautiful weather, just like today. It's going to be one of those days that I had no clue I had the opportunity to be a citizen scientist. But you're telling me that not only can I get that free Merlin app, which is free. I mean, it's so good. It's easy to use. Like sometimes I'll talk to people like, "Hey, have you heard about the Merlin app?" "Oh, it's just an app, and it's just hard." No, it's so easy. You just push like one button, and it just listens. And next thing you know, you're identifying a rose-breasted grosbeak, which I've had a couple of. You've had a couple of. Tell us a little bit about what you've noticed that's kind of migrating through.
Excited. Yeah, when I looked outside of my feeder the other day, I saw Baltimore orioles, orchard orioles. I had the rose-breasted grosbeak. There's indigo buntings, and now the hummingbirds are here. The female hummingbirds have showed up. I mean, the yards are on fire. We haven't had a migration like this in about 5 years. So this is like the Super Bowl championship is happening right here in Northwest Arkansas of birding, and we are so excited. I will tell you, there's a great ways to attract these birds to your yard. The grosbeaks eat the same things that the cardinals do. The orioles, you can put out navel oranges they love. They love grape jelly, and they can also eat the same nectar that the hummingbirds do. I want to remind you, though, when you feed the birds, they're just like us. They don't like the additives that we don't like. So the high fructose corn syrup is not good for them. The red dye is also not good for them. So any of those fillers, so you want to make sure that you're feeding your birds the healthy things. Just because they eat it doesn't mean that it's actually good for them.
That makes a lot of sense. So when you talk about kind of what's going on now, how to attract them, we talk about the seed. I've been wondering, and I did some landscaping over the winter, and I've been wondering if there's anything I could plant that would help attract birds. I'm thinking hummingbirds particularly, but maybe even other birds. Does anything come to mind?
I will tell you that, did you know that by planting just one native plant, you help the pollinators and the birds? So I think if everybody just took that chance and found 1 or 2 native plants and put those in your yard, the difference that it would make.
Well, I don't know where I was.
The birds that eat seed are really doing well, but it's the birds that eat the insects that are having a harder time.
Got it. I don't know where I was last year. I'm just telling a tangent here because I got an audience of one, and you're smiling, so I'm going to keep going. I was at an event for dogs, I think, and there was a vet clinic that Weddington Animal. It doesn't matter. They had this little card that was like this biodegradable card that had native seeds that you planted, and I was like, I have no clue what's going to come up. So I planted it. I still don't know what it is, but I know it's native, and I know the birds and the pollinators like it, so I just keep it. There are some spots on the farmers market, some vendors at both Northwest Arkansas, and I'm sure the River Valley farmers markets as well, that have some native plants. So you're telling me that it's more than just about insects and bugs. It could very well help the birds too?
It helps the birds. Yeah, I mean, anything that we can do that's native. And again, bringing those bugs in for those bug-eating insects. Right now is nesting season. I have 2 pairs of bluebirds nesting, 2 pairs of Carolina wrens nesting. They're feeding these baby birds insects. And so I think it's like 2,000 insects a day a clutch can go through. So if you imagine that, well, while I've got you here, speaking of insects, one thing the birds really love, have you seen live mealworms?
I fish with live mealworms. You know what else likes those? Trout.
Really?
Trout like those too. Yes.
Okay, well, the bluebirds love them, and so do all the other birds that are feeding their babies right now. So that's a good thing to add to your yard.
Is there anything else we could keep in mind going into the rest of spring migration and summer as well?
You know, when you have a reliable food source in your backyard, the birds can count on you for that. They have healthier babies, they have more babies, more clutches, and so that really helps them. And also a water source. We don't actually, we kind of forget about it, but it's hot, and if you're thirsty, the birds are thirsty. Yep. The squirrels are, I mean, everybody's thirsty. So if you had a way to put a water source in your yard, that would be a huge help to the wildlife.
I don't know if it was you or somebody in your store told me that last year. And so what I did, I was a little nervous about mosquitoes. So what I did is I went online and bought a solar paneled, it's like a little tiny little fountain just to keep the water moving to prevent any larvae going and producing mosquitoes. So what we know also is that not all seed is the same. What can you tell us about getting the right seed and of good quality that the birds can actually use well?
Yeah, fun fact, did you know that birds actually weigh their seed to see how fresh it is? So if they're going to spend their resources, they're going to come to where the seed is fresh. So they'll weigh it. The fresher it is, the heavier it is. So you want to get seed that's not old, that doesn't have the filler. I'll tell you, when you see your birds kicking out all that stuff in your yard that sprouts, they're kicking out the stuff they don't like. That's just wasting your money and sprouting in your yard. That's all filler. So what you want to do is find something that your local birds will eat. And it's really important to know what kind of bird you want to attract. And so that's one way that we can help you. If there's a specific bird that you want, we can help you find the feed that would bring them in. And what's great about our seed is our seed comes in fresh weekly. It's Amish packed. It's and we also have a blend that is doesn't have shells, so it doesn't make that shell mess in your yard, and there's nothing that will sprout. And if you want to get started feeding the birds, we can help you out, because all new people that come in our store go home with this. What great, if you're going to take this home, you're going to throw it in your backyard and you're going to get it hooked on birdings just like I did.
It is a very popular outdoor hobby that I wasn't ashamed when I first started getting into it, but what I love and feel even more comfortable is there's a lot of other people of all ages that are really starting to get into this. And I can't help but wonder, is some of this, the Merlin app, the technological aspect, the bird cameras that we can see? I saw you had one kind of right behind you there. Do you see a lot of sales for that kind of stuff?
Oh, for sure. I think definitely, because now there's not only the cameras, but I have a bird bath that has a camera. I have a nesting box. I saw mama chickadees raise their babies. It's addicting, right? But I also think that people have realized that it just brings them joy. So why do we have to be older to find joy in our backyard? And it's right there. So I definitely have noticed younger people and younger families starting to bird watch, because kids are actually asking their parents about it. We had a teenage guy, he brought his parents in because he loved watching birds, and they got him a bird feeding setup. I'd much rather spend money on feeding the birds and having my kids do that than being on their iPads. Unless they're using the Merlin app, then they can be on their phones.
And that's the one exception, no doubt about it. I was thinking to myself, we had a whole bunch of bad storms last week, and notifications on my phone just came. I just became like trained to think, oh, this is just another warning. It's another weather alert. It's another thing. Well, I got a notification about that rose-breasted grosbeak the other day, and I was like, yes, I'm back in action. It made me so joyful. I think, and I'm not a doctor, I don't pretend to be one, I think so many people, I'm making this term up, have nature deficit disorder. You just have to go back to your, you can steal it. It's fine. I stole it. I didn't make it up. I stole it. You can steal it too. Yeah. Just get out and then just watch the birds. Enjoy them. You don't have to go anywhere. They say watching birds lowers depression, lowers anxiety, lowers blood pressure. So why wouldn't you there's no harm, no foul. It's actually a great reciprocal relationship, because you feeding the birds helps them,
and they in turn help you by bringing you joy. So it's a great relationship, and it's one that you can just easily have in your backyard. And then once you're exposed to birds, then you notice they're all around you. So sitting in the car line at my kids' school isn't boring anymore because they had scissor-tail flycatchers there that I didn't have at my yard. So as you go even throughout Northwest Arkansas, there's different birds in different areas.
No doubt about it. Amber, this is fun. Definitely have to have you back. We've got to continue talking about all things birds. And we'll do just that here on 5 Outdoors. If this is your first time here, we stream 5 Outdoors every week, talking about all things hunting, fishing, biking, outdoors, and everything in between. You can find a carousel of previous episodes